my question of today is, are you breathing? Of course you are breathing, but are you really breathing? That's the question of today. And I just see that, wait till people can find me. Hi, I see that someone has found me already. Thank you for being here. I was just saying that the question of today is, are you breathing? It's such an important part of our being to breathe. And this question, are you breathing, is a question I at least ask 3 times a week in my practice. Strangely enough, of course, people are breathing, otherwise, you would not be here. But still, this question, I ask this question quite often in my practice. And hi, Oina, nice that you're here. So are you breathing? A strange question to ask, maybe, but really, so many people are not breathing. They are breathing, but it's so superficial. I cannot feel the breath. I cannot hear their breath. I cannot see their breath. And I'm thinking, I know you're here. I know you are breathing, otherwise you would not be here. But still, the breath, it's so, weak almost. And I once had an experience where I could feel my breath going from my skin surface to my bone, and from my bone back to my skin surface. I can tell you, a breath like that you will never forget in your life. And it's something that you are longing for, that you will really want to revisit, because it's such a powerful feeling to feel how the breath flows through your body freely. So when there is no block, when your energy is really moving in a beautiful flowing way, when it's not sticky or dense, and your energy can really flow through all the layers of your body, then your breath will also be able to move from your skin to your bone and back from your bone to your skin. And it's just an amazing feeling to know that this is possible. And it's a shame, I think, when I see people who are breathing, but the breath is very high, it's very weak, I would say. So that was why I decided to bring our attention to that breath for the next 3 weeks. And today we start with something very simple. It's also something that I have seen with people who had COVID. One of the things that are happening for them is that their breath becomes irregular. So their rhythm is not as it was before COVID. I have experienced that myself too. Of course, I have Jinsen Jutsu. I noticed this change in my breath, and that meant that I immediately started to do things for myself, the things that I will show you this week, next week, and the week after that, to help myself to get my breath back in its natural rhythm. Because when it's not in its natural rhythm, you will feel that in your body. You will get you will feel that as a discomfort in your body. Or maybe people who are experiencing long COVID, one of the issues is that their breath is not back in their natural rhythm. So very important to have a beautiful natural rhythm in your breath. Very important that you exhale, that exhale can go down the front, as we recognize that in Jinsen Jutsu. The breath, the exhale goes down the front, and then you can release everything and receive a new breath up the back with new energy. And one of the other parts of our breath is also, it's bringing in that invisible world. We do not see oxygen, we do not see everything that is we breathe in and bring into our body, but it's existential for us, but it's also bringing in that invisible world. So how much information are we getting through the breath? Maybe more than we think. I don't know, it's a question I have. It's something that I have been pondering about for around maybe 15 years now. Like, how does this work, bringing in that invisible world through our breath? And when I see my dog sniffing, immediately he is not watching or looking with his eyes, he is getting his information through his nose. I can see immediately his nose starts to move and he's starting to sniff and bring in all the information through his nose. So I don't know how it's for you, and we do not really have a conscious about it. But yeah, it's maybe a nice question to think about. What are we getting? What is the information we get through our breathing? So breathing, very important, of course, just for the oxygen in our body, but it's also very, very important for our immune system, for for bringing everything to our body, which is available for us. So breathing, that was what I wanted to bring our attention to. Ask yourself that question. Are you breathing? Are you really breathing? Are you able to really exhale until your big toe, until you reach that big toe? Often it's not. You think maybe you are there. The exhale reaches your big toe, but often you do not reach it really. When you have felt that it's really going into that big toe, then you also think, oh, this is what they mean. It brings in such a release and relief. It's very nice when you are able to do that. And you are able to do that when all the blocks in the front of your body are cleared and you can really exhale and you can help yourself with that. And then you created so much space for new breath to come in, for new energy to come in. So yeah, the exhale is very important, maybe the most important thing. And while I'm talking to you, I'm thinking, oh, this would be another nice, very nice self-help. And this would also be a very nice self-help to help us with that breath, with that rhythm of our breath, and really bring in that deep breathing that we all need for the nourishing and nurturing of our bodies. One of the exercises that I started to do was exhaling and counting my exhale when I was in the shower. So every morning, when I was in the shower, I brought my attention and I observed my breath, my exhale, especially my exhale, because the inhale will come. But the exhale often is the first thing that blocks when we are having a shock or we are scared or something happened. The first reaction we have is this reaction, and this here already starts a blockage in the breath. So I started to count my exhales, and in the beginning I started with 2 or 3 exhales in the morning. And then I started to do the 9 exhales, and just following that 9 exhales every morning. And it was not in the first week or the second week, but after 3 or 5 weeks, 4 weeks, month, I really noticed that what was happening with my breath in the day. That I was holding my breath when I was doing the dishes. That I was holding my breath when I started cooking. that I was holding my breath when I started my car. There were so many moments that I started to hold my breath. So, this exercise of following your exhale when you are in the shower, just for 9 counts, that will really bring your attention to your breath also in the rest of your day. And you will notice all those times that you start to hold your breath, times that you don't even think that you are holding your breath. So, the time that you are starting to cook dinner and you start to hold your breath. So, it's very interesting to start to notice the breath more and more and more. And help yourself maybe with this exercise we are going to do today. There are 2 ways you can do it. You can hold the ring finger and we will change sides. Or you do this one. A lot of people like this one, of course, too. It's also very helpful to bring that beautiful breath in and the rhythm in. So you can choose if you want to do this, then you will be here for 10 minutes, or you choose to hold that ring finger and be with it 5 minutes each. And as said, in the coming weeks, I will bring our attention and do other things to help ourselves with the breath. Our core business, the first thing we do and the last thing we will do. So, yeah, that already says enough, I think, of about the breath and the importance of the breath. And I really wish for everybody to feel that breath going from skin to bone and from bone to skin. So let's start. Settle in, find a nice spot. Maybe you want to lie down, or you just sit down with me and go with me in this breath, breathing together. And let the universe breathe you. You do not have to take a breath. You can simply allow the breath to breathe you. You are part of that big breath of the universe, that beautiful rhythm of the universe, and simply aligning with the big breath of life. Hold your ring finger or simply place the thumb over the ring fingernail. The ring finger is really powerful to help us to harmonize the breath, to align our breath to the breath of life. Bring your attention a little bit more inward. Melt your shoulders and relax. Ten minutes for your self-care. 10 minutes to be with your breath. To help your breath to find its natural rhythm. And simply allow that breath to go down the front and allow that breath to come. Drop your mind into your heart space. Relax a little bit more. If you like, you can bring your attention upward. Allow your energy to go up, higher and higher, until you reach a light or source. And invite that light to come down through the top of your head, clearing and cleaning the head, releasing the tension in the neck by simply allowing that light to move through the body, through the arms, into the chest, the belly, and through the coccyx and the legs, into the earth. Simply allow it to move deeper and deeper into the earth until it reaches that beautiful, nurturing center light in the middle of the earth. And invite that light to come up, through the coccyx and the legs, into the belly, into the chest. And there in that heart area, both lights come together, moving from heaven to earth and from earth to heaven, up and down and up and down. And from that heart space it can start to radiate out, filling you up, a beautiful pillar of light. And simply allow it to move as it wants to move. Big, big sunshine. We changed sides. If you were holding one finger, you can change to the other ring finger. Feel how your energy is activated and how your breath is finding a beautiful rhythm. Down the front and up the back. How is your breath? How is your energy? What are you experiencing in your body? In the finger you are holding maybe? Is your breath becoming bigger, more rhythmic? Or are you feeling that your breath has difficulty to go down or difficulty to come up? Just be aware of what's happening for you. Maybe you want to exhale and let go of more and more stuff. Maybe by allowing the light to go down through the body and back up, you get messages. During these kinds of guided self-help meditations, it's a good time to maybe ask something you want to know from your higher self. Maybe you want to have an insight in something. These meditations are a nice moment to do that if you like. Simply exhale, bring your attention to that beautiful exhale. Simply observe, you do not need to do anything. Just allowing that breath down and receiving a new breath up the back. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes, let go of the hold. Yeah, very, very nice to be here with you in this beautiful self-help. I was a little bit distracted because my energy started to move like crazy in my body, so I was a little bit distracted of what was happening in my body. It felt very, it went all over the place. So I don't know why it was so intense, but it distracted me a little bit of what I was telling or saying, because it was like a whirlwind inside of me and I was trying to follow along what was happening there. So let me know what was happening for you. I really am curious if you had the same experience with me, or maybe you had a whole different kind of experience, which I really would like to know how it was for you, because I know sometimes it can also be very discomfortable when you've experienced that your breath is not moving that easily through the body. So next week we will also be with a simple exercise for the breath. One of you reminded me that this December the numbers of the days are really nicely how do you say, the same. So December 1, 2022 is a 1 day. When you add all the numbers, you will find that it is a 10, which is a 1. So I was thinking of doing the Unlock Yourself journey again. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it in English and in Dutch, or maybe only in Dutch. So if you have a preference, please let me know. We will be there for 26 days. So going through all the numbers with the self-help, with so all the safety energy locks, as we call it in Jinsen-jutsu, all these beautiful doors to our energy system. You could say, I always see it as little portals to our energy system. We have 26 of them, and we will be with them from day 1 to 26, so through the Christmas. And I thought that is maybe very beautiful, because then the energy is able to flow more and more freely through your body, and you will get to know all the safety energy locks with their meaning, with their intention, with the feeling it can bring you, and also with what it can help you with in your body. So if you like to do that, please let me know if you want it in Dutch or English. And for now, I hope to see you next week. And next week will be a little bit more, I think, about rhythm. And it's the one that I have been doing, especially after having COVID. This was the one that really helped to open up my whole diaphragm area, so that my breath could come back into its natural rhythm. So that we will do next week. Thank you for today. Have a very nice evening, afternoon, maybe you are still in the morning. And I hope to see you next week. Bye bye.